How's everyone? Sorry. I am making an appointment, hopefully, with the doctor's appointment. I'm unable. All my doctors are booked up, oddly, weirdly. All right, but I'm back. How's everyone doing today? Who's here today? We got Barb here. Good day, Shina. I will get that eventually. Spiritual brother, I pray all is well for you. Sending hugs and much love. Thank you, my friend. Sending much love to you as well. 1 second. Send out a message. My cat is here. I don't know if you heard her meow. And now I'm going to bring up my desktop. Our friend Optimob is up on a live stream taking a beautiful drive. And you got Max in the back seat with a Max cam, which is pretty awesome. So you get to see the drive from Max's, their little doggy. Not so little, but their dog's perspective. I'm bringing up my live.
Go, go, go. Ready for play now.
On my desktop. There we go. Let's see, we got anybody else in here? What do you guys want to talk about today? You name it. You name it and we'll talk about it. Up to a point. I'm waiting for our friend Leo Said So to go live. Up there he is. He is live now. He's doing a challenge. So I'm going to bring him up so we can tune in every once in a while. So we got lots of people live. I always mention, excuse me, other people being live. Because hey, let's share the love. There's definitely more interesting people than me. So we got Leo Said So, doing a little challenge that I offered him. I mentioned a while back, this was a few weeks ago, how difficult nasal breathing burpees are. Wolf is here. Wolf, my friend, how are you? Barb says just setting up all the pre-op first surgeries. Have you gotten a date yet for that? I think you mentioned it. Was it the 19th? So yeah, I mentioned to I'm watching him now. I mentioned to Leo how difficult nasal breathing was. They were trading out challenges. They were asking about 6-pump burpees, 6-count burpees, and if they were any different than 1-pump, which they are. So I said, do a set of 6 counts, do a set of 1-pumps, and let me know which one is harder. Do you think? And I said, and if you're up for it, do a set of nasal breathing, which is harder than all of them. And Leo took it and ran with it, and has been doing it ever since. So he asked for another challenge, and I suggested the nasal breathing interval, which is really hard. Let's see. Wolf says, I think so. Who else do we got here? So I missed the majority of his session. I'll have to catch it on replay. Looking forward to seeing it. And Jacob stepped up 3 or 4 days ago with his own nasal breathing set. And of course, he expect nothing less from Jacob. William's here. William, my friend, how are you? William says, hey, Yogi. We're doing some, a little bit of burpee talk. But as I mentioned before, guys, what do you want to talk about? I have been reading every morning for the past 34 days from the Tao Te Ching. I've been reading from, it's not a, it's an interpretation. It is not a translation, so to speak. The difference is an interpretation, you don't have to be literal. With the translation, you're literal, which is hard to do in Chinese. Let me check out Leo real quick.
I really do appreciate the support. Thank you, Mr. Jacob.
1 second, guys.
Was it 25 punches? Oh, it is 100 pushes. I wasn't even thinking about that. Wow, okay. Let's go, man. Thank you. Burpees for life, Mr. Jacob. You know, man. Brought us together. It'll keep us united. We're gonna grow, bro. Can't wait. I need to get your fucking info, bro. I don't know how to reach you. If you have an Instagram, dude.
There we go. William says, is there a way to take one, to talk one-on-one, to work through some things? I understand that you facilitate in some regard. This is profession in person, so don't mind associated costs. Let's see. Let me bring that down. Let me answer that in 1 second. Let me say there is, for sure.
You check it out whenever you can, bro. All I know is I appreciate you for putting that video, tagging me in it, calling me out on it. I fucking love that part. Hey, that shit made me get up, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that shit done right now.
Sorry.
So I was like, sparked the fire under my ass, Mr. Yogi. But hey, that was a good challenge. It was, I wouldn't say easy, but kind of was. And I'm looking forward to trying it out with the Navy SEALs, or maybe even 2 pumps.
All right, that was Leo. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry. William has said, is a way to talk one-on-one to work through some things. I understand that you facilitate in some regard. This is as a professional in person, so don't mind associated cost. There is definitely a way. We can do FaceTime. I don't have Zoom anymore. I had to get rid of it. It was taking off a lot of space on my phone. I don't know if I can get it on my desktop or not, but I can try. Let's see. I think there might be other ways that I'm unfamiliar with, as I'm not technically knowledgeable. As for charge, my friend, we'll work through some issues together. If you feel like I don't have Discord. I mean, I could give you my email address, we could do that, but it's always better when, if you could talk to someone person to person, face to face. If that's not 100%, then, we could do something else. Do you have Zoom? I could see if I could get it on my desktop. Our friend Laradox is here. Laradox says hello. Greg Dayton is here. Greg, hello, my friend. Barb says hi to William. And let's see. Drake says, my fine young grandson, are you behaving yourself? Laradox says hello to Greg. William says, I can definitely get it, no problem, and thank you. So I have to get it too. I got to see if I can get it on my desktop. And if not, we'll find a Another way? There's always another way. William Downey is here. William says, Yogi, hey buddy. William, how are you? How's things in Arizona? In the meantime, let's see. So, yeah, I think you mentioned before, you're not on Facebook, right? Facebook's always the easiest. So, hey, William Hart, there's my email address. No jokes about the AOL. And send me an email. And, it's a little easier to chat email, and we can start there and start working for anyone else. And if anyone else wants to contact me for anything, just to chat, say hi, copy down the email address, and let me know. Laradoc says, Yogi, look how many subs I have now. I will. Let's see. Laradoc says, I try to behave myself. Roam says hello to chat. I'm on my way over to Laradoc is in just a minute. As soon as I get caught up here. Leo said so. I just had you up and running. I told everyone I was catching up. Leo says, hope your day is well, Sir Yogi. Thanks for the challenge and the shout out on your video. Brother, you're welcome. I thought of you. Another way to take it up a notch. Your last 2 minutes, do a 2-minute surge. So it would be 21 minutes. So it would be all out minute 20 and all out on minute 21. These are from Duncan Walsh, but he doesn't include the nasal breathing, which just changes everything. William says he's doing well. It's hot. Yeah, I bet. Has it hit 120 yet? Let's see. Greg says, Zeradox, just do the best you can. And in life, that's all you can ask. Wise words from our friend Greg to our friend Laradox. William says, do you find that releasing the ego, in a sense, causes you to silence yourself? And how do you not take that personally? If that makes sense. It does make sense. It doesn't, you can't take it personally because the ego itself doesn't have a personality. It expresses the personality that we experience, if that makes sense. So when you are looking at things from a non-ego perspective, the ego can't be hurt. Only that, or essence, presence, spirit, the witness can't be hurt. Only the ego can be hurt. Only the ego can take something personally because the ego is personally. The ego is personal. Aside from the personal, there is just isness. So the more you relate to that, the more you relate to the witness, the learning just more to smile at the stuff that goes on in the mind, not persecuting it, not saying this is wrong, this is right. It just is. This is why Shakespeare said, nothing is good nor bad, unless thinking makes it so. So it just causes this great sense of relaxation. Eric says, Greg, yes, I live for Jesus. Greg is getting ready to cook. How are the workouts going? Castle says, my mom still uses AOL. I'm probably the same age as your mom. Man, I'm probably older than your mom. Greg says, hey, Laradox, if you believe in that, then that's fine with me. Nice. Roy says, I remember AOL. Miss the AOL community chat rooms. Yeah, they were kind of cool. Of course, I have my Gmail address as well. But this is the one I go to more often. Leo says, yeah, brother. I'm looking forward to, I caught the tail end of it. So I'm looking forward to when the live stream over is going in and catching up. Laradox says, check out my channel. Laradox is at 508 subscribers. That was your goal for a long time, 500, and now you're safely over. Well done, Laradox. Barb says, hey, Greg and Laradox, hugs and blessings. That was nice from Barb, as always. Barb always always offers nothing but love here. Greg says, thanks, Barb. Wish the hugs were in person. Leo says, average 15 to 16 reps with the rocking chair. Wow. Per minute, except for 1 or 2 rounds where I did 17. Again, thank you, brother. Can't wait for the next Yogi challenge. Did you try nasal breathing? So even with the recovery minute, it's done nasal breathing the whole time. And man, do you need that minute to try to get everything calmed back down? Jacob says, hey, Sister Barb. Jacob, how are you, my friend? William says, would it be easier to understand from a sense when ego is in effect and becoming aware of it? Like how would we recognize breathing and change the exercise? Let's see. Let me think of the best way to answer that. That the ego never recognizes anything outside of the ego. To the ego, that's reality. There is nothing but. Everything is a projection of the ego. However, because we're caught up in it, we're totally caught up in the ego. However, we are not the ego, and this doesn't make the ego bad. It just makes the ego what it is, which is illusory. And even neuroscience shows there is no, you can cut open the brain and you'll find no part of the brain that is an ego. Ego is a collection of thoughts, and not even our thoughts we've inherited from other people. So the ego will never understand anything outside of itself. So the key is, that's why every spiritual tradition talks about paradox. Don't try to understand it, because you won't be able to. Just simply keep relaxing. Notice the breath. Don't do anything else. Notice when you breathe in, notice when you breathe out. And then just smile. The Vietnamese Zen master, Thich Nhat Hanh, who has since passed away, 1 or 2 years now, had a beautiful, very short meditation. Breathing in, I notice my breath. Breathing out, I relax. And you could change the words around. You can do breathing in, I relax. Breathing out, I smile. This is a wonderful moment. And then you just stay in that moment until the next breath comes. So it's a one breath meditation. And you can do that throughout the day. And it just helps you notice the breath. At the same time, when you begin noticing the breath, you start to begin noticing the thoughts. And when you're noticing the thoughts, you realize, if I'm noticing this, it must not be what I am. When you notice the TV set, are you the TV set? However, thoughts are appearing within that which is what you are. Thoughts are appearing within awareness. The ego is appearing within awareness. You're aware of all of it. And you don't need to do anything to be that awareness, except recognize that you're that awareness. There's definitely exercises that we can do that really gets that across. But just noticing the breath, the easy flow of breath without doing anything to change it. Jacob says we need rain bad here. It's been a bit since we've had rain. Last week we had a storm roll through. Paradox, oh, I've heard of that AOL thing. It's pretty old. Our friend Walking with Goldie is here. Goldie says, hi there, lovely people, and hi there, lovely Goldie. It was all nasal, says Leo. Man, that's an amazing pace. With the rocking chairs especially. Leo, you rocked it. You literally destroyed it. I got to go back to the challenge drawing board and come up with something totally unique, something only Leo said so would even be able to attempt. Barb says, hey Goldie, hugs and blessings. Man, Leo, that's incredible. I can't wait to watch that. Leo said the entire time. That speaks to how much in shape you've gotten with that nasal breathing, because that would destroy most people. To go all out for a minute, just nasal breathing, good job. Salute, for sure. Paradox says, Yogi is one of the smartest people. There is yapping professors at all new colleges that wouldn't know anything Yogi is talking about. Oh, I appreciate that, Paradox. I don't know about that. I'm of average intelligence. I think the only, the only difference is that I talked about this before. I think this is the best way to describe it. We are all as intelligent as anyone else, every single one of us. We have the innate intelligence of the universe. We could say we have the innate intelligence that God gave us. I don't need to wake up in the morning and get my blood to flow. I don't need to jumpstart my heart. I don't need my brain to start thinking, or my lungs to start breathing. It all happens through that great intelligence of the universe itself. And we all have that intelligence, or we could call it the Tao. We can call it God. We can call it the universe. I like the expression divine intelligence. Courses through everything and causes everything to be. It causes a seed to become an acorn, to become an oak tree, a seed to become a tomato plant. It causes oceans to wave, everything in existence. So we can rely on that. However, some people have more information than others. Some people might have a better capacity to store different types of information. So we all have those little specialties. But as for intelligence itself, equal across the board. We are as intelligent as an oak tree. An oak tree just displays it differently. Hey, we can't make an oak tree. Only an acorn. Only an acorn can make an oak tree. That's pretty amazing. Alan Watts said, the great philosopher, entertainer, that as the ocean waves and a tree branches, the universe selves, S-E-L-V-E-S. The universe peoples. We're an expression. We are like the wave on an ocean, the universal, infinite ocean itself. Leo said, thank you, brother. What praise. Hey, man, you put in the work. You decided to nasal breathe, and you took it to a whole new level. You have exceeded every single expectation. Wolf says, that was a great live Optimum had. It was absolutely awesome. I'm glad I got to spend time with that and with Bax as well. I had them both up, and I went back and forth. So anyway, Leodax, I appreciate that. You probably didn't expect that I would talk for 10 minutes afterwards. Although, I think everyone should expect that by now. Hey, Barb, thank you, my friend. It is so kind of you. Very much appreciated. Greg says, hello, Jacob, and hello to the one and only Goldie. There is only one and only Goldie, that's for sure. Today is Goldie's daughter's day off. She gets a 1 day break to um, relax, de-stress, dive back in. But my understanding, the hard part is over. Mathematics. Not that any exam is ever easy, um, but it won't be as stressful. Let's see. Laradox says, Yogi, like I said a few days ago, you might think that you are far behind in streams, but you're one step ahead in being a kind person and one that respects all religions and traditions, and just a kind person. Thank you for that, Laradox. I appreciate you saying that. And speaking of which, speaking of our friend Laradox, go check out the 508 new subs that Laradox has. And if you're not friends, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Leo said, thank you, brother. Yeah, man, like I said, I am duly impressed. I couldn't, I couldn't keep that pace with most especially, I couldn't keep it with the rocking chairs. Jacob says, I can't go all out with nasal breathing. I got to take my time to control my breathing into nasal. It takes a little bit of time. It takes some practice, but it gets easier and easier. And then when you do it without the nasal breathing, it's like a nitrous tank. You know what I mean? If you ever watched any of the car racing when they kick the nitrous in gear. Our friend Dottie is here. I haven't seen Dottie in a few days. Dottie, how have you been? Dottie says hello, everyone. And hope you're all having a beautiful day. It has been a beautiful day. Hey, you know what? I got an announcement to make. Mocha McCarty, the Master Sergeant, has gotten a new car today, as of this morning. She got a Chevy. I forget the actual name. It's on my phone, but my phone is busy. And it is all electric. Let's see. Listen Grace. What a weird name. I mean that in a nice way. Let's see. At least I think I do. Let me catch up here. Once again, Barb, thank you so much. Laradox says being smart and wise are two different things. Hey, that was right there. Was both smart and wise, Laradox. Nicely said. Laradox says, Yogi, no, we understand when you hear you say God, what is your representation of God? And that's different than mine, and I don't have a problem with that. We should love each other. I agree, but you know what? I always urge people to consider, is it different? Just because you use in different words doesn't mean the thing is different. If I call, I'm going to use the example of the TV again. If I call a TV set, and someone in German, don't ask me what, if our friend Timo was here, or Ice Commandant, they can help me out. Someone in Germany calls it something else. It's still a TV set, no matter what it's called. If I say love in English and I say love in French, is it a different thing? Oh, you know what? I wanted to hit Dottie's channel. Dottie is at 186 subscribers. Subscribers in and of themselves don't mean that much, guys. But it's a nice metric of who your channel might be reaching, how it's reaching. And Dottie is a channel I would love more people to reach. And there's Dottie's link. Jacob says, hey, Dottie, Dora, Explore, UK Explore. soon, I think it's going to be Datador European Explorer, as um, we've talked of some other places. Barb says, hey, Dottie. Laradox says, Barb, how kind of you. Thank you, Laradox. It was very kind. Barb says, I always give when I can. And you do in so many ways. Not just like you did up there. You give of your presence. And you know what, Barb and Wolf as well, all of you guys, I don't take that for granted. I very much appreciate you guys spending time here. I knew when Barb invited me into her room when she was doing crafts that it was going to be a beautiful friendship, and it has not disappointed me in the least. And I hope I can offer her the same. Laradox says, Barb, you must be loaded, and I mean not with money, but with kindness. She is certainly loaded with kindness, that's for sure. Let's see. Maui says, day 17, asking for mod. I think we might have missed today, though. I think it might be day 16. But we will proceed. And we'll see how it goes. Dottie says, it's been a sad few days for me. I'm sorry, Dottie. Sorry to hear that. If you'd like to share. Oh, here we go. I had to lose my beautiful dog, so I've not been in. Oh man, I know how that is. I know how that is. I don't know if anything can hurt that much. My heart goes out to you, my friend. Sending prayers to our friend Dottie. Michael 3 says, hey Yogi. Michael, my friend, how are you? So guys, if you saw that, we're sending prayers to our friend Dottie. Laradox says, Michael, if you don't mind checking out my YouTube channel. Let's see. Wolf says, thanks, Goldie. Why would anyone use a name like that? I didn't see the whole thing, but from what Wolf was saying, I caught it briefly on my phone. If you saw me squint, but if what is Wolf is saying is any indication, then I'm glad it was taken care of. Thank you, guys. If it was really bad, I'm surprised YouTube would let something like that go up. Michael says, sure thing, Laradox. Thank you for that, Michael. Wolf says, oh, Dottie, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think so many of us can relate to the pain of losing a furry family member, for sure. Laradox says, Michael, thanks, I appreciate it. Sub, if you like my content. Dottie says, thank you, Wolf, I'm lost without her. Wolf says, Dottie, I'm well aware of that feeling. I lost my two dogs in the space of a year between each other. Both hard. The last one, though, it devastated me. Absolutely devastated me. I got their photos up here. I got a paw print of my little corgi up there. Laradox says it's better to have 10 true friends than 100,000 followers. I agree. Laradox says he appreciates the sub. Maui says, I did that yesterday. So then today would be 17, day 17, and counting. Laradox says, guys, if you mind, if you would like to, please check out my YouTube channel. Malcolm McCarty says hello. several O's. I mentioned Milka. I should say Milka Master Sergeant, retired Milka. Um, I mentioned your new car. Paradox says, Yogi, I just finished my reading for the day. What did you read for today? Jacob says, praying Dottie, many, many blessings to you. Thank you for that, Jacob. I'm joining you in prayer, my friend. We're sending all kinds of love to our friend Dottie right now. Goldie says, hi there, lovely Milka. Paradox says, hi. Maui87 says, are you Christian? I am not a Christian. I am just a yogi. I practice the entirety of the 8 branches of yoga. I have studied quite a bit of Buddhism. I love studying the Tao Te Ching. I am a student of A Course in Miracles, which is steeped in Christian language, and it has a connection with Christianity, but it's not Christianity in and of itself. I went to Catholic school, though, for all through my formative years. Theradox says, Yogi, I can't even imagine talking about the story of my dog, Ruth. Dottie says, I took her as a rescue dog. She was unwanted. She had a life-threatening illness that came to light on Monday. So I had to cut my trip short to Wales and come back early. Yeah, no choice in the matter. Milk and I were going to a race several years ago, out of state. We're going to go up in Pennsylvania. Oddly enough, it was for a charity race. It was a timed race. I don't remember if it was 12 hours or 24 hours. I think it might have been 24. And it was to raise money for a animal shelter. When our own dog, one of our dogs, Toby, little Skipper Key, the weirdest dog in the world, the best dog in the world, got very sick, life-threatening sick, and had to go into the hospital. So, of course, we canceled our trip. Theradox says, Maui, I appreciate that sub. Wolf says, Dottie, I have lost many subs over the 71 years of my life, and yet they never really go. They have come to me in times of need. Thank you for that, Wolf. And I agree. I've been there as well. Theradox says he's a Christian. Theradox says, I've read The Long Walk. Not familiar with that. Dottie says she had something called pyromitra, but she was so weak I had to do what was right for her. You made that hard decision for her best interest, made out of love, made out of kindness. Yeah, it takes a lot of strength to do that. Wolf says, highest to the Master Sergeant, retired. Let's see, Leradox says it's by Slamomir. Warts, that's not going to come out. Rossits. Close enough. Leradox got 2 more subs. Awesome. Mr. Poopinator, Mr. Burpee Poopinator, Mr. Burpee Poopinator, the Poopin' Burpster, is here, saying, fart for me, bro. You never know what might happen at the end of the live stream. Dottie said, vet said an operation would have been too risky and probably should have died in the op. Yeah, you made the right call, Dottie. You made the most difficult call, but it had to be done. And again, you did it out of love. Let's see. There, Doc says, Mocha, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Forgot to. Mr. Poopinator said he farted so loud his neighbors thought lit a firework in my apartment. Now's the time to do that. 4th of July coming up. And Mr. Poopinator says, anyway. Hello, chatterbatters. Hey, did you get into your burpees for today? Daddy says it was a very hard decision to make, Mr. as she was part of my family. Yeah, no doubt, Daddy. Sending you strength, my friend. Sending you strength and love. Daddy says, so now that I'm back, she's getting on with her van. Yeah, that might be just what your mind and your heart needs right now. Therodox also read The Winter Room. Reading Dog Song. Is that Gary Paulson? Jacob says, I also subscribe to Mocha too. Awesome, guys. And almost all of Gary Paulson's books over the years. I have some of his books down in the basement. I actually have a signed copy of one of his books. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but I worked in a bookstore. And the owners of the bookstore would go to book fairs. And if they met an author that they knew I liked, they would get him to sign his newest book. Mocha says, thanks, Laradox and Jacob. Mr. Poopinator says, I'm not going to lie, I did not. I had a lot of running around to do today for my mother. You know, it's never too late. I'm going to be talking, let's see, 42 minutes in. Probably talking at least another 42 minutes, if not longer. All you need is a floor. All you need is space, my friend. No pressure. And honestly, no pressure. But just a reminder that burpees, all you need is floor space and you can get the reps. Even a couple keeps up that the momentum that you built from yesterday. Mocha says doesn't really do anything with it though. I'm going to add in yet because you never know. Mocha being a very talented photographer, a better videographer than me by far with nature stuff. So I'd love to see stuff on her channel. Mr. Poopinator says, every day is a fresh start. This is true. And I appreciate the honesty. You could have lied about it. You could have said, yeah, I banged out 50. Dottie says it helps fills the void, Derek. Yeah, understandable, Dottie. Even if only momentary. Therodox is cool. I'm always walking to the bookstore. Milk and I used to spend pretty much every day in a bookstore. However, it stopped being much of a bookstore. Became more of a toy store with some books, sadly. Dottie says, thank you, Maui, for following me. Awesome, Maui. Thank you for that. Therodox says, one of the kids at my school called me a freak last year. You can take that as a compliment. It's the freaks that change the world. It's the people that dare to be different than everyone else. Lots of people just want to blend in, or they want to stand out, but they want to stand out in a crowd that blends in. Therodox says he's already subscribed. to our friend Dottie, and Dottie already knows. Let's see. Miss Poopinator says, okay, Eric, 50 is pushing it. I did 3 at work yesterday and was winded. You know what? It happens quick, though. It just gets easier and easier. And remember, doesn't matter how long it takes you to do them. Hit a rep, catch your breath. Hit a rep, catch your breath. Jacob says, hit the like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi. If you enjoy his live streams, thank you all who support. Thank you, Jacob. I didn't even bother to check. We're at 13. Hey, right now I'm at 13 and 13. 13 people hanging out. 13 people liked. And by the way, this is our friend Jacob's link. Mr. Poopinator said, freaks change the world. Look at Elon Musk. Yeah, we could debate the outcome of those changes if we were of a mind to, which I'm not. But you can't deny he had an impact. Larodak says, Yogi, if it wasn't for freaks, we wouldn't have highway cars or anything. This is true. Just remember it goes both ways, though. Just because you're a freak, just because you're making an impact on the world, doesn't mean it's going to be a positive impact. Also doesn't mean that what seems positive at the time isn't going to have unforeseen negative consequences. And Hawaiian shamanism, when they talk about making a wish, they say examine the dark side of the wish, because it changes everything. If you wish for longevity, you want to live to be 90, and you do, but the last 10 years of your life are in absolute misery because you're in bad health and you've outlived all of your loved ones. Was that wish worth it? So instead of wishing for longevity, you wish for quality of life. Living as long as possible, as healthy as possible. Same with prosperity. You wish to be a millionaire. Are you prepared to handle the stress of that money, to pay the higher tax bracket? All that stuff. It's better to wish to be content, to have enough, just enough. Jacob says, can we get Mr. Yogi to 20 likes? That would be awesome. Thank you all for your support, and hit the like button. Thank you, Jacob. Wolf says to Master Sergeant, you can maybe put some pictures from your time in the service in video form. I would watch that. It's a great suggestion, Wolf. You could do a short clip of your brand new electric car. Mr. Poopinator says, do you prefer me call you Eric or Yogi? Whatever's easiest for you. Absolutely no preference. Jacob says, thank you for that, Brother Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Jacob is one of the hardest workers in the game. He's at 192 subscribers. Are you guys subscribed to him? If you're not, you won't regret it. You will be inspired. Mr. Poopinator says, I'm going to go with Yogi because it sounds cool. I appreciate that. I like Yogi. And when people ask, I always remind them, just a Yogi. Nothing special. Hey, our friend Rich is here. Says salute Yogi and salute chat. Rich, my friend, how are you? If you ever look at my community page, you'll see that I've shared the cave, which is a party. It literally is a dance party. And a great chat. Get to chat with people. You get to listen to some music you might not have heard before. Hey, some of the young people here, you might not have ever heard it before at all. And if it works for people, check it out. Hey, Mr. Poopinator, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. You guys will not regret spending some time with Rich, hanging out in the cave. It literally is a dance party. Wolf says, yes, it does, and there are more than one Eric in the chat. This is true. Excellent point, Wolf. Jacob says, can we get 20 likes? Hit the like button if you enjoy his live streams. Thank you all. Thank you for that. Eric Lapointe. I've seen Eric Lapointe hanging out in the cave. I'm not saying that Eric Lapointe has hit some pretty nasty dance moves while he's hanging out there, but I'm also not saying that he didn't hit some pretty nasty dance moves. I think we can all get a sense that when the funk goes down, no one gets funkier than Eric Lapointe. It's just a feeling that I get. So yeah, I even think our young friends here would very much appreciate hanging out there. And our old friends, like me, would enjoy it very much. Rich says, salute to Eric. Jacob says, subscribe to Rich Martinez. Salute to you. Thank you for that. Rich says he's doing good. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I am doing pretty well today. Laradox is eating organic ice cream with 90% dark chocolate chips. Awesome. It's been a while since I've had vegan ice cream. Probably maybe 2 years. Jacob says, brother Eric Lapointe. Hey there, buddy. Big salute to you. We got a salute to Moonwolf. Rich says, thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Classy and Craigie. Sorry. Classy and Crazy says, hi, Yogi. Classy, my friend. How are you? Appreciate you coming by. Let's see. Laradox has subscribed to our friend Rich. And is asking if Rich would check out his channel. So, did you guys check out the ingenious setup that our friend Optimob has put out? Taking a drive, doing his live stream. You see Bax in the front. You see Timo in the front driving. You see the scenery. Absolutely amazing. Let's see. Jacob says, let's get our brother Eric Lapointe to 1K subscribers. That is definitely a worthy goal, guys. If you're not subscribed to Eric Lapointe, you got to check out the Wood Splitter. The Paul Bunyan of the burpee world. The king of flannel. Reminds me, there is a video I need to check out, a new short from Eric Lapointe, where he welcomes the sunrise. I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I did notice it, and I will be checking it out shortly. Eric Lapointe has some of the best nature shorts out there. Not to mention some of the most unusual live streams. How often do you get to do a live stream from the tractor's point of view? Rich says, salute Laradox. Thanks, will do. Thank you for that, Rich. And Jacob says, and let's get Miss Yogi to 20 likes. Thank you all for your support. It's creeping up there. We got 16. Laradox, thanks, Rich. Sabine is here. Sabine, we were just talking about your live stream. Optimob, Timo, and Sabine. Sabine, I apologize. You never know how anything is going to sound until it literally comes out of my mouth. Even words I've been saying for, well, not 58 years, let's say 57. Pretty sure I could say something when I was 1 year old. Not sure what it was. Jacob says, you deserve it, brother. Eric Lapointe, we're going to make sure you get there. Where is, let's see, where's Eric Lapointe right now? Let's go check it out. $759. So he is getting closer and closer. Hey, speaking of closer and closer, the Burpee Reaper, the last I saw, I think, was 814. He definitely needs to be hitting 1,000 too. Anyone who does 1,000 reps like it's nothing, 1,000 burpees, deserves to have 1,000 subscribers like it's nothing. Maui says it's gonna go. Maui, thanks for coming by. I appreciate that, hanging out with us. And we got people saying goodbye to Maui. Laradox is going to sub to Eric on all of his accounts. Thank you for that. So, Sabine, that was a beautiful drive. And I loved seeing it from Bax's point of view as well. As mentioned on the live stream and mentioned here, it was just totally genius. So we were sending out prayers for our friend Dottie, who had to put her dog down. As we all know, everyone's probably been there. What a difficult decision, but when it comes to make that decision, it's always made out of kindness and love. At the same time, as we're sending out some whatever version of a prayer, hope, wish, energy, light, love that you can put out, we're going to send it to our friend Bumblebee T. She's been here and let everyone know that she's been in the hospital. It's been about a week now. And sending out prayers to our friend Selina and her sister. Selina's a caregiver for her sister in Kansas, I believe. Her sister's name is Dana. And prayers are continuing for our friend Goldie's daughter, who has a break in her exams today, but she's got 2 more days left. These are big exams. This is getting into university exams, so we want to make sure that lots of love is going in her direction. Mr. Poopinator says, the Paul Bunyan of the burpee world. He stepped right up and claimed the title. You can't make your own burpee. You can't just show up and say, this is a brand new burpee. No one's ever done it before. Here it is, without being a giant of a burpee practitioner. Let's see. Sabine says, thank you so much. It was so nice that you came to the live stream. whenever I get the opportunity. I absolutely love making it over there. Mr. Poopinator says, I'll tell you what, lots of wrenches in here, Yogi. Trolls won't last on this great live. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, you know what? And it's a great way. It's not so much for protection. It's cool that people step up and take care of each other. Um, really, for that, you only need one or two. But it's a great way for people to connect with each other. So as soon as we have the Mr. Poopinator Does Burpee channel, as soon as we see that one change, Mr. Poopinator Does Burpees gets a blue wrench. All it takes is a name change and one video of him doing burpees, and it only has to be one rep. I want to see the legendary Mr. Poopinator's stomach strike, because I've heard it on other live streams that no one hits their stomach like Mr. Poopinator. Some say that Mr. Poopinator got that name, Mr. Poopinator, from that stomach strike. That's the legend. That is the legend, at least. Speed says, and thank you to everyone who stopped by. We love you all. It is a beautiful, beautiful channel. Hey, Sabine, if you would like to drop the link for Optimob. Dardoc says his cousin is done with surgery. Good to hear. He's okay. Awesome. Hey, speaking of doctors and stuff, how'd your dentist appointment go? Dardoc says subscribe to Wolf's channel. Let's see. Burpinator says Burpee Reaper has good energy like you, Yogi Master. He does. Some of the best burpee live stream, as well as when he's just kicking back and he's listening to music. And he's putting out some nature shorts too. It's always nice to see that different side of people, you know. You got Burpee Reaper, who is definitely Mr. Hardcore. No one hits their reps with as much intensity. And then you see that little bit of the flip side. People get it here when you have a conversation with him. He's got your back, 100%. I can't tell you how many times when somebody might have come in and he thought they might have been disrespectful for me, that he's there in an instant. Let's see. Classy and Crazy says share and connect. That's what it's all about. Most certainly. And speaking of which, if you want to, guys, let's show some support for Classy and Crazy. As she has most definitely been a valued supporter here. Lardoc says he has to go. Going to look at a car. His aunt might buy. Awesome. Hoodie Kid. As it's there living in a big house, in the big house, Master. Well, I don't have a big house, and I'm certainly no one's master. We all deserve to live someplace safe, someplace that makes us happy, someplace that is filled with joy. Jacob says, let's get our brother legendary Burpee Reaper up to 1K subscribers. Thank you for support. Thank you for that, Jacob. You know what? I mentioned before the hard work that Jacob does on his channel with the reps. No one works harder. And then he comes here and he dives right in and he just supports everyone. Gives me massive support. But everyone else as well. Dropping links, cheering people on, helping them reach their goals. Yep, Reaper is at 8:14. And Sabine drops the link for Optimob. Thank you. So on the subject of live streams, which we were, and of course being on a live stream, it's always a topic. I think some of the best out there, if not the best, is Optimob. Just the company, you can't beat the company, and the view, absolutely amazing. I think everyone knows that Switzerland is a beautiful place, but when you get to experience it on a drive, what a great thing, YouTube channels, that we can do that. We get to experience a Christmas tree farm in Connecticut. We get to take a drive in Switzerland. We get to take a walk in Transylvania. Honestly, if you want to make the world a little bit smaller place, as Classy and Crazy said, connection. If you want to connect, YouTube can get you there. It's got a bad rap in a lot of cases, but it's given us a platform where we get to share our part of the world, and people realize it really is just one world. Bob Marley, one love. Honestly, I know not everyone uses the term God, but when you do that little tiny thing, that little tiny act of beauty, of creativity and inspiration, you're doing God's work. You're doing what you were meant to do. Remember, inspire means in spirit. Classy and Crazy says, thank you for the shout out. My pleasure, my friend. I appreciate you being here. All the time, every time you show up. You've been nothing but a positive connection, a positive force, a positive friend. Let's see, where was I? I can't go live, so I'll have to post a video. Man, that would be awesome. One video. That's all you have to do. Let's see. Mr. Poopinator says, you are making it real hard for me to get a wrench, Yogi. Come on, man. Have a heart. It's not hard at all. As a matter of fact, if you look very closely, you might actually see how easy it is. Jacob says, let's get Mr. Yogi to 20 likes. Hit the like button if you like his live stream. Much love and respect to you all. At 17. Thank you, Jacob. Let's see. Tiana. Denzo, my children. I probably didn't say that right. Either of those. I probably didn't say your name right, and I probably didn't say the Danzo. Danzo. I appreciate you being here. Jacob says, I'm grateful I can be a supporter to all. I want to see everyone win. And you're making it happening. You know, you've helped so many people. Wolf says, Danzo Helder. And Jacob says, hit the like button for a great friend, Mr. Yogi. Always appreciated. Sabine says, Jacob, that's how we feel and see it too. And you're another perfect example of it. I made some new friends on your live stream today. As a matter of fact, one, let's see, Electrisk, I have him up and playing now for some watch hours. I got a 7-hour video up that will be playing for the rest of the day. Mr. Poopinator says, I'll sub to anyone in this live, especially one with a wrench. Mr. Poopinator, do you notice anything different? Let's see. Goldie, thank you for stepping up, my friend. I have made I have made some mistakes on my live stream with probably being a little too open, because that's how I like to live my personal life as well as here. I try not to separate the two. Um, and that has caused some problems with some people. Some not problems. It has caused some pain for some people. So when if you got a wrench and you see someone attacking, you do what you would do in real life. You protect a friend. So that's why Goldie gets a big thank you. Um, I know Wolf steps up quite often. I think now, you know, there's a great understanding the difference between that attack and the people who are coming here um, just to try to have fun or to say something clever and then they leave. Um, but when you got people who are just outright attacking, their only intent is to be mean. Um, take care of it. Wolf says that was not uh, Lakaya 55 Barb. Yep, that's how Miss Poopinator, that's how you can tell. Our friend Barb has a wrench. If someone comes in here with that name and it's not Barb, um, they don't belong. Sabine says, well, thank you, Yogi. Thank you so much. You're welcome, my friend. Let's see. Miss Poopinator says, I was like, that went left somehow. Yeah. Um, yeah, whenever you see someone act out of character, someone's up to. If we got the people who are doing that and they're still watching, oh, and by the way, you don't even need to bother to time anyone out. If they do that, just get rid of them because they'll be back. They'll start another account and they'll come back and they'll attack again. But no sense making it any easier. What a burden it is for someone to have to carry that kind of grievance around with them all the time. That type of projection that they believe that they are in a position to cast judgment upon someone else. And I'm not just talking about in this instance, in any instant. Someone might truly believe that what they're doing is right. It is never right. There are no justified resentments because it's not about the other person. It's about you. If you carry those resentments, if you carry those grievances, if your thought is of, I'm going to make someone feel bad for something that I think they did, you might say, well, someone told me. That's still a thought. You might say, well, I have proof. That's just a thought. You might say, well, it was me. Did it happen right now? If it didn't, then it's just a thought. If you carry any of those thoughts with you, you are carrying grievances and resentments, and it is blocking you from living a life of compassion, of empathy, and absolute love, which is all possible. It's your birthright. It's who you are. So I'd urge everyone, examine your thoughts, examine your heart, because your heart doesn't have those resentments. Live your life from your heart center. Ask yourself, is it more important to hold a resentment that you're thinking, that is no more than a thought, that is actually causing you more harm, that is causing a karmic connection to the person that you believe you're attacking? Every attack is just fear. Every single attack is based on fear. It's the ego saying, hey, I exist. And that the hatred that I have, the resentment that I have is keeping me noticed. As long as I'm in action, as long as I'm doing this, then the ego has a purpose. However, you can set that ego aside. You can be kind. You can choose peace instead of this. Any moment. For whatever that's worth. Jude is here. Jude, my friend, how are you? I appreciate you being here. It's been a few days, but it's always nice to see you. Let's see. Wolf says she still has a wrench, and she always will as long as she wants one. Classic Crazy says, are you sure it looked just like her? Yep, it is not her at all. For one thing, the person who would know most of all would be Wolf, as they are together. So sorry, man, guys, that long-winded little whatever it was that I was talking about. Every once in a while, I get talking about stuff. Mr. Poopinator said, and that's why I don't put up real or videos. I think everyone would know by now who the real Mr. Poopinator is. And now you got a wrench. So now we all know you. Hey, you know what? I think Mr. Poopinator might be the first ever someone who sort of came in as a funny troll. He was never mean-spirited. And work his way up into getting a wrench just by being a good guy. Just by being a friend. Hey, Mr. Poopinator, that's much appreciated. Your company, your friendship, your support, all of that is very much appreciated. Let's see. Mr. Poopinator says people screen shooting and shit and making fake pages. Yeah, they do that. But you know what? That's the world we live in these days. If you keep living from the heart, the people who know you are going to know you. The people who don't know you never will. Can't live our life in fear. Someone might do this. Someone might do that to me. Man, I hope I'm not putting out bad juju. But someone might do it to me. Someone might do it to you. And the bigger your channel get, the likelier that it's probably something like that might happen. But, you know, I've read the little, let's bring it up. I might read it again. It's always good to read. This is Mother Teresa's prayer. She didn't write it. It was written by Kent Keith. But she loved it so much, she put it on the hospital, children's hospital, the orphanage that she worked in. I'll read it in just a minute. I'll read the whole thing. This is how we do it, guys. This is how we proceed through life. Some people might say YouTube isn't real life, but we approach it from our real lives. It has meaning and something to us. Mr. Poopinator says, it was funny though, I didn't even bother to look at it. Anything that is hurtful for a friend is hurtful to me. So I saw no sense in looking at it. I have complete trust in Goldie as well. Hey, if you got a wrench here, it means I trust you. It means I trust you to take care of your friends. Wolf says it's pronounced La Korea. I got it on my cheat sheet, but it's been a while since I've said it. I should say, I said cheat sheet. Honestly, it's a cheat book of helpful things, many of which are how to pronounce something. Jacob says, shout out to our brother Wolf. Let's get him 300 subscribers. Thank you for that, Jacob. Wolf is he's a great presence here, guys. He helps everyone. He's got a kind words to say to everyone. And our friend, MF Dredson, is here. Hello, my friend. Luke says, wow, Owen Wilson. Where do we got Owen Wilson? Oops, sorry, guys. I missed some things. Luke says, all-knowing or all-loving. It's the same thing. The exact same thing. don't confuse, or we shouldn't confuse knowing with information. Information is just that, but the knowingness itself exists aside from the information. It's the knowingness that allows us to understand the information. Without that all important knowingness, it would just be stuff. So we can't put anything aside from love itself. See, Classy and Crazy said, what happened to them with her? That all this is going on, that they think it's okay to do this. I've never gotten fully into the details. I'll be honest with you. I don't need to understand it. What I need to do is love my friend Barb and love my friend Wolf. Anything aside from that doesn't matter to me. I've had people come to tell me, you need to know. You need to know this whole story. I don't care the whole story. Because it didn't happen. I'm not saying that something bad might not have happened somewhere with someone, somewhere down the line. I'm saying it didn't happen because it doesn't exist right now. This moment, it doesn't exist. Why would I hold a grudge against anybody for something that didn't happen? That's not happening right now. That's the nature of forgiveness. It's a quantum effect. We realize we step outside of time. We center ourselves in this present moment, and in this present moment, there's only love. So can I do anything less than offer myself as love? And if I do, then I'm doing a disservice, not to the other person, I'm doing a disservice to myself. Let's see. Classic Crazy says, oh, they're afraid? No wonder. Well, they're definitely afraid. Course in Miracles talks about fear. Fear being the opposite of love. If you were asked 10 people on the street, what's the opposite of love? They would say hatred. But the opposite of love is actually fear. Although, truthfully speaking, love itself can have no opposite. But the ego projects everything. Everything you see in the world is a projection of the mind. Can we project a world filled with love, or can we project a world filled with fear? And what we do is we always choose fear. 99.9 times out of 100, we choose fear. If we need proof, look around. What's going on in the world right now? So Mr. Dredson says, what up, though? How you doing, Dredson? Mr. Poopiness says, wait, what? I got a wrench. Says he's honored. Hey, like I said, well deserved. You've come in and you've been a friend to everyone. Jacob says, let's get our sister Goldie to 300 subscribers. Thank you for that, Jacob. Wolf says, thanks, Jacob. Jacob is the man. I'm looking for the Owen Wilson. Luke says, well, Owen Wilson. Eric Point says, Miss Poopinator didn't realize. No, not at all. I don't really like thinking of things as earning. You earn something or you don't earn something. Someone deserves something, someone else. It's not a matter of that at all. However, just by the sheer amount of, in his own unique way, the sheer amount of love and friendship and fun that our friend Mr. Poopinator, for one, who doesn't, even if you're trying to be serious, who doesn't smile slightly when you say Mr. Poopinator? You know, it was time. It was time for the Poopinator to wield the wrench, wield it wisely, compassionately. No horseplay, though. Don't go swinging around. You know what they say, horseplay, you can lose an eye, all that stuff. MF Dreadson, how you doing, my friend? Miss Poopinator says, I didn't realize, Eric, weed is legal in New York. It's legal here in Maryland. Miss Poopinator says, man, this is awesome. Jacob says, can we get Mr. Yogi to 25 likes now? Well, I'm at 20. Thank you for that, Jacob. Let's see. Miss Poopinator says, speech on, brother. Luke says, Eric does burpees in the fire, y'all. Yeah, he does. Wasn't that an awesome video? Quickly, it's never going to replace the cow video, but it quickly rose to number 2 in my Eric LaPointe favorites, which isn't easy. Because I'll be honest with you, I like everything that Eric's done. You don't know if Eric LaPointe realizes that he is serving a purpose. If you do something joyfully, even if it's hard, you can sweat your butt off doing burpees. And they could be miserable. You can still do them joyfully. If you do anything joyfully, from making a video of fixing a Christmas tree, doing burpees in a desolate wasteland, fires burning, you're adding something of beauty to the world. What a great purpose. What a great way to go through life. One small thing that we can do every single day. We can always choose to be kind. Anytime that you say, in the Kabbalah and Hebrew mysticism, they say we have the 99% world, which is 99% of reality, which you could also say is heaven, and you have the 1%, which is this world. Anytime you do an act of kindness, anytime you perform something in joy, anytime you forgive, anytime you extend love, you are bringing a little piece of this 99% into this 1% world until the mission, again, according to Kabbalah, the mission is to eventually merge those worlds together. Let's see. Wolf says, my belief is that we are born with the knowledge of the universe without the ability to express it. And life is about finding ways to do just that. Man, that was absolutely beautiful, Wolf. I agree 100%. And again, I think those little things that we do is a way that we do it. Man, that was beautiful. Luke says, hey, Leo said so. Says, much love and support to you. Just up to you, Moonwolf. Let's get this work done, brothers. Thank you, Leo. Hey, Leo, you're subscribed to MF Dreadson? See, Jacob says, let's get our brother Leo to 300 subscribers. You won't be disappointed. No, you definitely will not be disappointed. The nasal breathing Zen master of the burpee world. The guy who stepped up and humbly claimed that title. Didn't pound his chest. He didn't say, guys, watch me. None of that. Humbly stepped up, gave it a try, and said, I like it, and stuck with it. And you know what? It's miserable. It's absolutely miserable. But you get such this calm sense when you're doing it. Eric Point says, thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Leo says, LMAO, Jacob the Beast. Thank you, bro. Jacob is a beast. Jacob's another, he's a quiet beast. It's another guy, you won't see him slapping himself on the back. You won't see a single video of him saying, guys, watch me. This is how you do it. He doesn't need to say this is how you do it. because he does it. It's the same with Leo. They just do it. You don't have to say, this is how you do it. Same with Burpee Reaper. Eric Lapointe, too. Eric Lapointe was someone who very quietly came into the burpee community. Let's see. Miss Poopinator says, I tried to connect on Facebook, but couldn't find you, Yogi. Eric McCarty. I'm the bald guy. All the other Eric McCartys have hair. Easily tell it's me. Let's see if this works, guys. Yep, just look for Eric McCarty. Classy and Crazy is already sub to Moonwolf. Awesome. I'm going to step away from the channel for just a moment. Wolf says, Leo, I was thinking I was subbed, but I am now. Awesome. Leo says, yep, been supporting the bro Dreadson. Awesome, guys. Thanks. Leo says, thanks, Wolf. Much love, brother. We will have Leo's link in just a moment. I think it's up above. I think Jacob dropped his link right up above. We can do it again, though. It's always good to do it again. So either this link or the one that was just dropped by our friend Jacob. Leo says, Eric Lapointe is a GOAT. His vibe is easily one of the best I felt in all of YouTube. You know, want to dedicate a session to the bro? 100, wow, that's an honor. 100 wood splitters. 2 pump coming soon for Lapointe. Awesome. The question is, can they be done nasal breathing? Only one way to find out. Leo said so, can step up and get the job done. Classy says, I sub to Leo. Awesome. Thank you for that. So that should put Leo at 275, right? If I'm not mistaken, if not more. I got him up right here. 274. Should be 275, though. So I'm going to step aside for just a minute. For Lapointe and Yogi. Awesome. 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. You get to see the mess that is behind me. There's a broken karaoke machine back there. If I ever get it fixed, we're going to do a live stream karaoke event. And you guys get to experience what a truly, truly awful singer I am. And it's pretty bad. Leo says, bet nasal only as well. Awesome. Classy says, 20 thumbs. Anyone forget 21. Awesome. Thank you. Mr. Poop says, man draining the man, fro draining the man vein. That's what I was doing. Tristan says, Zeo, what's up, fam? I don't think I've, I need to fix this. I don't think that I've dropped a link for our friend MF Dridson. So let's take care of that now. We might have, but again, it doesn't hurt to do it again. Let's see. Dridson says, I got to figure out how to get some more content up. My phone overheats and it quits during the session. What if you just film half? Or hey, Dredson, what about doing burpee shorts that you do highlights of your workout? Wolf says, be back later. It took me a second to try to figure that out. Yeah, so let's see. Barb says, Wolf told me of the imposter. So sorry that they are doing that. Hey, Barb, Goldie stepped up instantly, in an instant, took care of everything. So it was absolutely nothing. I'm going to continue on that vein for a bit that we were talking about. Letting go of resentment, grievance, forgiving. You don't do it for the other person, you do it for yourself. You just letting go of those attack thoughts. What a huge amount of energy. If you want to be a really inspired person, a truly creative person, you got to let go of those resentments because it's energy that's wasted, literally wasted. Doesn't do you any good. It keeps you karmically involved with the person that you have to attack, which means that you suffer the consequences. Remember what the Buddha said, we're not punished because of our anger, we're punished by our anger. The results of anger itself, our body suffers for it. High blood pressure, hypertension. So yeah, just urge people, let it go, let it go. Create something beautiful in the world and watch it grow. Even if you're justified in what you do, if you put it out there, you're just contributing to a very hard world. You truly have the possibility of making it better. Everyone, every single person here, every single person on YouTube, every single person, period, can make the world better. Let's see. Classy says, I cannot click on French them though. Oh, yeah, sometimes with mine, because it's from a desktop, it doesn't always work. Sorry for that. Let's see. Jacob says, let's get some Classy more subscribers, up to 100 soon. Awesome, Jacob. Way to step up. So we're going to talk for, I think, about 10 more minutes. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back. Hey, I'm going to do a public service announcement because it's the 4th of July. Happy 4th, or it's going to be tomorrow. Happy 4th. Enjoy it. Do all the stuff that's fun for you. Be careful with your pets as it's really stressful on the pets. The fireworks, the noise. It's stressful on all animals. Let's see. Dresden says, good ideas. Let me know how they work for you. Yeah, I love the content you have up, so really looking forward to seeing more, that's for sure. Barb says, thank you, Goldie. That's what Goldie does. Goldie takes care of her friends. Sometimes, um, you know, the way Goldie takes care of her friends might seem, um, it's to the point. It's blunt, which we need sometimes. It was actually our friend Goldie who helped me clarify some thoughts in my mind about moderators and keeping people safe. I was looking at everything as that opportunity for everyone to um, practice letting go, because nothing occurs outside of us. No one's doing anything to us. No one's attacking us, but we can certainly feel like that. However, when we realize that who we are can never be attacked, is never truly affected by anything outside of itself, it's easier to be peaceful, it's easier to be more forgiving, it's easier to simply let go and be joyful. However, that's my practice. Um, Everyone has a right to be safe in a place that they enjoy, and if I'm fortunate enough that you enjoy this space here, then that means we need to keep you safe. Don't want anyone to feel attacked. People are going to attack no matter what, but that doesn't mean that we have to make it easier for them. So yeah, I had some good friends help clarify that for me. Eric the Point says, let's see that he'll try it. What did I miss? What's Eric the Point going to try? Are you going to try the nasal breathing? I think at this point, I'm not even going to call it nasal breathing. I'm going to call it Leo Senso breathing. That's how much he's stepped up. He's actually claimed the name. Sorry, guys. Let me send a message real quick to someone. All right, there we go. So yeah, we're gonna shut things down in just a minute. Let me cruise through here and catch up. Cassie says they look just like you. I swear. Yeah, they're clever. People are clever when they want to be. Barb says always check the total of subs the profile has. That's smart. Nice thinking, Barb. Thank you for that. And Classy says no one can be another. They might be like you or a fan. Barb has finished the main part of her dream catcher. Awesome. I saw you working on that. I didn't get a chance to say hi though. Barb says make sure all has plenty of water. Exactly. Happy 4th to all. Jacob says, let's get our sister Barb to 4K subscribers. Man, that would be big. Classy says, Jacob, to you, thank you. Classy says, how much can one spirit take? Well, it's interesting to phrase that. One spirit can take everything. Spirit, because spirit doesn't hold the ego. However, one personality, one ego can only take so much. The key is that we don't have to relate to the world solely from the point of ego. It doesn't mean that we have to let go or surrender or fight or eliminate the ego. It means that when we see through it, then we're living a life of spirit. It's as Pierre Teilhard Desjardins, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, said that we are not human beings that have an occasional spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings that are having a human experience. Let's see, Barb says, I will take all that comes to me by attacks. I got God and Jesus on all my brothers and sisters. Mr. Judson's going to make some moves. Thanks for coming by, my friend. Peace and power, and happy to visit. I appreciate it. Barb says, my body gave out earlier and had to rest. The cancer is taking off me in strength. I'm hoping when that surgery date comes that things are going to be afterwards. We're going to have a full recovery. Things are going to be easier. So this will be a good time. I'm going to end it for now. I got a friend that I want to call. I'll be back in 2 hours. As I mentioned before, if you guys are bored, you got absolutely nothing better to do, I'll be here. Come by, say hi, keep me company. Classy says, I like that human experience. You know what? We always get to change the perspective. We get so caught up in thinking this is the way things are, this is the way they have to be, but it's only our perspective. We can let that perspective go. For me, it's always attempting, not always successful, to give that my power resides in the defenselessness. That doesn't mean that I don't take care of myself physically if I was threatened, but to know the difference between a real threat and any other form of attack. That I'm defenseless and it sets me free. I'm absolutely free. Do I always remember that? No, it's a work. I work at it. But fortunately, someone's always going to attack me. So when someone always attacks you, you always get an opportunity to practice. So again, it doesn't mean that, I might not get a tug of, man, that's the 17th time someone said that I was bald. But generally speaking, I take that defenselessness approach and everything just rolls right by. You know what they say, life is too short, and it literally is too short to take anything like that seriously, especially words on a screen. Now, I know, again, this is just me. I know, and I've been practicing it for a long time, a lifetime, it seems. And I know it's a hard thing to get around. And I've been, parts of my life, I've been attacked by some of the best. So it gets easier. That's all I got to say about that, guys. It gets easier. Billy, make big balls. That's a nice Irish name. Says, thoughts and prayers, mate. Thank you. Appreciate you coming by. We're just calling it a day. I appreciate you stopping by. And again, guys, I'll be back in about 2 hours. Appreciate you being here. Take care.